Good evening, folks. Good evening, folks. It's your bro, Richie Rich here. Um, uh, Tonight in this video, I'll be. Tonight in this video, I'm back with another car explanation video for y'all. And, tonight in this video, I'm gonna be taking a very long break from doing Fast and Furious. And I'll tell you why. So, why am I taking a break? Well, as you all know that, if you've probably seen, teaser trailers of F9 and then Fast X, you would see that most of these trailers have been usually, usually from past, different films that the actors have been doing from Fast and Furious, obviously. Like, from scenes from Fast and Furious in their own films, and then now we got different trailers of Fast 11, aka Fast X Part 2. They're mostly just legit AI. Legit artificial intelligence is just taking it over and it's just killing us. Killing me also as well. So I figured that it would be best to take a very long break until I feel like I'm ready to go back to doing Fast and Furious cars again. But for now, I don't really know. I don't exactly know when I will go back to doing it. Possibly New Year. I got no idea. But whatever I have in mind planned, I'll figure something out. But for now, I'm going to take a break until I feel like I'm ready to go back to doing more Fast and Furious cars. Because I want to do some proper cars. I mean, not movie cars, just regular cars in general that people would just use from a day-to-day, daily basis. Realistically, not doing any stunts or anything like that. Just regular driving, just, these crazy mods, CG effects, just normal cars for, the proper real world and all that. So I figured it would be best to take a break from Fast and Furious, which, I'll admit, it is getting boring and overrated and just out of control. So I thought it would be best to take a break from doing those cars. But, again, I don't know when I'll be back to doing it, but I'll figure something out. So, with that being said, let's get started with tonight's video. So, tonight in this video, I'll be talking to you about a American supercar, and this one was pretty much kind of futuristic looking for me, because this car is based on one of the greatest American supercars ever. So, what car I'm talking about? So, the car I'll be talking to you about tonight is the VLF Force 1. And I'll tell you what the car looks like underneath. Because usually, for example, Porsche 911 underneath is a VW Beetle. Lamborghinis, underneath, they're just technically Audis. This one underneath is legit one of the best all-time American supercars. And so yeah, so before I start, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, comment down below what you guys think, hit the notification bell, and hit all so you'll every time I make brand new uploads. Okay, so without any further ado, let's get started. So the VLF Force 1. Here we go. So the VLF Force 1's an American. So the VLF Force 1's an American sports car produced by VLF Automotive, based on the Dodge Viper VX1. So presumably that's the Gen 3 Viper, I think. The Force one's designed by automobile designer Henrik Fisker, born August 10th, 1963, age 62, from Alllerot. I can't pronounce that, but it's spelled Allero with a cross, like that going across, and letter D in Denmark. I can't pronounce the name of the town correctly. So Henrik Fisker, born August  10th, 1963, who's a Danish automotive designer and entrepreneur based in Los Angeles, in California, United States. He's best known as the founder of Fisker Automotive and Fisker Incorporated, and as a designer of luxury cars. After working at BMW, Ford, and Aston Martin, Fisker founded Fisker Automotive in 2007. The year the first Transformers movie was released. The company unfortunately failed to meet production deadlines despite both significant federal and private investment. Fisker resigned in 2013, so like they kind of quit. The New York Times described the company as the Solyndra of the electric car industry, and as a debacle, he then became the CEO of Fisker Incorporated, which he co-founded with his wife in 2016. The company filed, unfortunately, for bankruptcy in 2024, last year. Like I said, the designer was Hendrik Fisker. Body and chassis next. The class was a sports car, part of the S segment. Body style is a two-door coupe. Layout is front mid-motor, rear-wheel drive. It's related to the VLF Destino and the Viper VX1. Powertrain is next. For the motor, it's obviously the Viper's 8.4 liter naturally aspirated V10 motor. Power output was 745 horsepower. That's 100 more than the Viper, and 638 pound-feet, 865 newton meters of torque. Transmission, there's two types of the 6-speed manual. There's the Tremec TR6060 as a manual, and then for the automatic, it's the Ford 6R80. Dimensions is next. Yeah, no, it gets confusing for me always. I just find it boring doing dimensions, but oh well, I gotta do it. It's part of the channel. That's how I roll. Wheelbase goes in at 2510 millimeters, 98.9 inches in wheelbase. Length 179 inches, 4,545 millimeters for length. Width 79 inches, 2018 millimeters. Height 49 inches, 1243 millimeters. So width 79 inches. So width 79 inches, 2018 millimeters. Height 49 inches, 1243 millimeters. Curb weight 3,395 pounds, 1,540 kilos. Okay, so so the VLF Force One's an American sports car produced by VLF Automotive, based on the Viper VX1. The Force One's designed by automobile designer Hendrik. The Force One's designed by automobile designer Hendrik Fisker. VLF Automotive also partnered with American racing driver and Viper. Also partnered with American racing driver and both American racing driver and Viper enthusiast Ben Keating during the development of the Force One, leveraging his experience with the motor. The Force One V10 was first unveiled at the 2016 Detroit Auto Show in Detroit, Michigan. With the production of the first run of 50 cars. With the production of the first run of 50 cars. With the production of the first run of 50 cars planned to start in April 2016. Next up is history, but I want to find out who is Ben Keating. So his full name was Benjamin Edward Keating, who is an American racing driver and business owner, operating out of Victoria, Texas. Victoria and Victoria County, Texas. He's the owner of 30 car auto dealerships across Texas, the Keating Auto Group. Since starting auto racing in 2007, he's competed in many auto races worldwide, including the 24 Hours of Le Mans, 24 Hours of Daytona, so 24 Hours of Le Mans, 24 Hours of Daytona, 12 Hours of Sebring, and most recently, the WEC World Endurance Championship. He's the only American driver to have won multiple world championships. He started racing in 2007, the year the first Transformers movie was released. Um, after receiving a weekend track driving course as a Christmas present from his wife. He was born on August 18th, August 18th, 1971, age 54, from the from the city of Tomball in Harris County, Texas, part of the Houston metropolitan area. So based on the Viper VX1, the Force ones designed by automobile designer Hendrik Fisker, VLF Automotive also partnered with American racing driver and Viper enthusiast Ben Keating during the development of the Force One, leveraging his experience with the motor. The Force One V10s first unveiled at the 2016 um, Detroit Auto Show, with the production of the first run of 50 cars planned to start in April 2016. Next is history, so there's not much on there, but we'll do it. VLF Automotive's a joint venture between designer Hendrik Fisker, former GM Vice Chairman Bob Lutz, Lutz. Full name was Robert Anthony Lutz, born February 12th, 1932, in Zurich, capital of Switzerland. He was a Swiss-American automotive executive. Served as a top leader of all of the U.S. Big Three automobile manufacturers. Having been in succession executive vice president and board member of FMC Ford Motor Company, president and then vice chairman and board member of Chrysler Corporation and vice chairman of General Motors. So he was born, so he's age 93, born February 12th, 1932, in the largest city in the capital of Zurich, in Switzerland. Sorry, history. VLF Automotive's a joint venture between designer Hendrik Fisker, former GM Vice Chairman Bob Lutz, and businessman Gilbert Villarreal. I believe that's French Canadian. I'm not 100% sure. Both Lutz and Villarreal, or Bob and Gilbert, they started VL Automotive in 2012, and in 2013 unveiled the VLF Destino, a luxury automobile based on Fisker's Karma. Which am I talking about? The VLF Destino? I don't know. So it's based on the Fisker Karma electric car. VLF did away with the Karma's fully electric powertrain and replaced it with a 6.2 liter LS9 V8 used in the 01 Corvette. Eventually Fisker joined the team. And VL Automotive became VLF Automotive. VLF then began. So VLF Automotive, they began working on. They started work on a new automobile built around the Viper's 8.4-liter V10, which was Chrysler derived, which would be the Force 1 V10. In 2015, so 10 years ago, over a decade ago, so 10 years ago, Fisker met racing driver and in 2015, Fisker met Ben Keating, a racing driver and Viper enthusiast. So Ben Keating, both Fisker and VLF partnered with Ben during the development of the Force One. So during the development of the Force One, Keating Keating drew on his Viper racing experience to design the Force One's active suspension, which makes nearly 10,000 adjustments per second. That's wild. This results in both better traction and a significantly improved ride when compared with the Viper. Next we got its design and specifications. Starting off with the first one is the motor. The Force One the Force One V10 utilizes an 8.4-liter V10 used in the Gen 3 Viper. Well, technically, Gen 5 of the Gen 3 Viper. So it's like the fifth different version of the Gen 3 Viper. 2013, 2017, I don't know. Anyways, so the standard output for this V10's around 640 horsepower and 600 pound-feet, 813 newton meters of torque. VLF significantly increased the V10's output for the Force One, and the V10 is now rated at 745 horsepower and 638 pound-feet, well 640 technically, 865 newton meters of torque, an increase of 14% and 5% respectively. Add them up is like 19%. This results in a top speed of 218 miles an hour and an acceleration time of 0 to 60 in 3 seconds flat. The V10 of the the motor of the Force One. The V10 of the Force One's placed between both the is placed so the V10 motor of the Force One's placed between both the cabin and the front axle, with the motor's center of mass located behind the front axle. This is meant to improve the car's handling by modifying weight distribution. The Force One's equipped standard with a 6-speed manual, but an optional 6-speed automatic paddle shift would be available on request. It's not bad, but I still go with the manual, just the proper way. Next is the body. The Force One's exterior was designed by Henrik Fisker himself, known for his work on the design of both the BMW Z8 and the Aston Martin DB9, among other automobiles. Alright guys, I figured I'm gonna wrap it up for tonight. So, I'll be back for my next video tomorrow. So I'll see you guys soon. So, for part 2, extended part, is the body for design and specifications. So I'll see you guys soon. Good night.